Hello and welcome to the Red Men TV. Sorry about the wait. If you've been in the chat room, it has been a little bit longer than normal because Tom forgot to wire the internet in and our Wi-Fi is absolutely terrible. So anyone giving him credit in the chat section for getting this stream started, also give him shit for not wiring the internet in. Anyway, and I'm going to be checking what Tom says right now because I can hear him furiously typing. I'm like, I'm not having that. He's like, I'm not having that. What's going on here? And especially Evil 9, he said, pay Jack out. Anyway, you're here to talk about Liverpool news. I'm here to talk about Liverpool news. So we'll get straight into that. As the title of the video says, we'll be talking about Naby Keita. That'll be later on in the video. I also want to talk about Virgil van Dijk. But first of all, I want to talk a little bit about Emre Can. I want to talk to you guys about Emre Can as well. So first and foremost, again, much like the Naby Keita stuff this weekend, conflicting reports almost, as it were, to what Emre Can's contract situation is like or what his future is like. The contract stuff actually is probably pretty consistent. Italian newspaper Tuttosport have claimed that Juventus are going to be offering a £31 million bid for 23-year-old Emre Can over the course of the next 7 days or something. So we can expect the bid to be incoming. There's a couple of things here. 31 million quid for a guy who is, for all intents and purposes, our 12th player, I would say. He's very much a first teamer. I don't think he's a squad player. I think he's the first guy that comes in. With Jordan Henderson's injury, would you want to see Emre Can go? Personally, I wouldn't. I'd like to see him stay at the club. But with a year left on his contract and £31 million coming in, when we're looking to be hopefully buying Naby Keita, are we going to have one midfielder, maybe too many? I'm not too sure. I don't think so. I think Emre Can should stay at Liverpool. I think he's a good enough player that we need to probably offer him what he deserves. I don't think what he's been asking has been too much. So I personally would think that Emre Can should stay. Klopp, I think, agrees with that as well. And here's what he had to say. Emre is a very important player for us. We don't want to sell or lose players who are in our first lineup or close to it. Emre is certainly one of them. We want to keep him and we're having good talks. So what Klopp's talking about is the contract situation. He's saying we've not agreed anything yet, but we're having positive talks. And Klopp thought that we were close to agreeing a new contract with Emre Can. The Juventus stuff has come out since then, or around about the same time. So question marks really over whether we'll see Emre Can at Liverpool this season. He's obviously on a break, so nothing to worry about there. I'm just going to go into the chat, see what you guys have been saying about Emre Can. Oh, it looks like we've got a super chat. Woo! TG, £1. Nice one, TG. Loving that stuff. Any decent super chats there, Tom? Any decent chats there? Sorry, not super chats.
Just loads of spam that's getting timed out.
Okay, so we've got one from here. It says, Cal goes moo, PS3. Emre Can bid is nonsense. He signed a contract and it's just a matter of time before it's announced. Why do you say that, Cal? I don't want to say that you're wrong, but when Jurgen Klopp's coming out of the football club saying that he's not signed a new contract but the talks are positive, what makes you say that? What's your source? Have you got a source? Or Cal goes moo, PS3, is that just your thoughts on the matter? It's totally fine either way. I'm just interested to know because you say it in quite a matter-of-fact way.
So I've got one here called from Anthony Byrne.
Anthony Byrne.
With the fact that other clubs are improving so well, I think we will drop off if we don't sign Keita or Virgil van Dijk.
So Anthony Byrne says, with the fact that other clubs are improving so well, I think that we will drop off if we don't sign Naby Keita or Virgil van Dijk. Oh, have you?
Yeah.
Magic. Maybe you should tell me.
Yeah.
When?
I've got a mic.
There. Yeah, he's told you. That's boss. Okay, brilliant. So I didn't need to repeat it. That's the first time I've ever repeated it as well. I remember the whole thing. And then you turn around and you basically told me, now, Tom, that's great. Well, next time you get a fucking camera as well, you bastard. Okay, so I've forgotten what he asked now. You know what? I think Chelsea have spent about 150 million, or maybe that's City, 140 for Chelsea, 120 maybe for Manchester United. Liverpool currently, I think, are around about the £50 million mark. You got Robertson, you got Solanke, and you've obviously got Mohamed Salah. Maybe it's just a little bit under the 50 million quid. Yeah, I do think that the other teams have improved their squads more than Liverpool have. I also think, though, that Liverpool's squad has improved since last season. I think, you know, we've talked about the young players and the fact that they have had another year under their belts. Ben Woodburn will be much better this season than last. Grujic will be like a new young signing, as it were. Mohamed Salah makes a massive difference to this squad. Even just the news about the Africa Cup of Nations, which won't affect this season coming, but that's a good thing for the future of Liverpool as well. It means that we're probably not going to have to sign as many people as if 3 or 4 of our players over the next 2 years we're going to be going off to a tournament every January, every 2 years anyway. So I do think Liverpool have improved. I still think there's space to improve. I think it's massively important that we do either try and get Virgil van Dijk or Naby Keita, as always, which we'll come on to that news now actually. So Virgil van Dijk, first and foremost, has been omitted from the Southampton pre-season squad to travel to France for their training camp. We know that he's had a bit of a falling out with Mauricio Pellegrino, former Liverpool player. Pellegrino had this to say: not available to play because he wants to leave. And as such, apparently they've had a grown-up conversation about it. And he said, well, if you're not available to play, I'm not going to take you. So he's training on his own at the moment. Yes, Virgil, plus you'll look amazing in our orange third kit, because, you know, it's like the Dutch kit and that. But Virgil van Dijk stuff, looks like he's going to, looks to me, sitting here right now, that maybe he could force a move through to Liverpool, and that's not something that I actually thought would happen. Woo! James Phillips, sell Can, sack off Naby, and buy Radjin and Golan. Go ahead. Thanks, first of all, thanks for the super chat. Sell Can, nah. Sack off Naby, nah. And yeah, you know what? N'Golan's is a quality player, so I'm fully behind that idea. Okay, well, we'll go quickly before we go to the comments on Virgil van Dijk. I'm just going to go quickly over to Tom.
You missed a super chat before.
Ooh.
From another one from TG.
Give it a woo.
Woo.
Give us a proper one.
Wee.
Give us a real one.
And he says for £2.
Hang on, can I read this one?
Go on.
Your dad sells Avon, lad. I added the lad, but I think it's better. Woo! Oh, hang on. Your dad sells Avon. Woo! That's nice. I like that. Thank you very much, CG. That's belter. He doesn't. Woo! CZ says at $2. Get in. Get in, CZ says. Nice one, mate. I'm going to go back to the other one. First and foremost, sell Can, sack off Naby and buy N'Golan. Yeah, you know what, James? Explain your feelings on that to me. I want to know. Let's talk about it via the medium of the YouTube comment section, because, you know, all good conversations happen on YouTube. Okay, so we've done the Virgil van Dijk stuff. We're really here to talk about Naby Keita, aren't we? As you're probably aware, if you are on the internet watching YouTube right now, which you are, B, so you've got access to the internet. Naby Keita's basically had a big bust up with some RB Leipzig teammates. So we've got a Dutchman training on his own while his team travels off to France, and now we've got Naby Keita, our number one target for the summer, kicking 10 shades of shite out of his teammate Diego Demme. They had a little bit of a coming together during training, and then a couple of minutes later, Naby's just gone in and ended him. He looks like he's actually seriously injured, so I hope Diego's okay. I hope Diego's okay, and I hope that Naby Keita comes to Liverpool. Is that okay? Is that nice? Is that not? I don't care. I want Naby Keita at Liverpool, so I'm just going to say what I'm going to say. I'm going to talk really fast until I can think of the next thing to say, but without them, I will be breathing just shortly now. Yeah, so Naby Keita. This is brilliant. This is another guy who's going to be essentially looking to force through a move, potentially. The coaches had to come onto the field. The training sessions got stopped and all kinds. Bild over in Germany are now saying that it's because of Naby Keita's frustration at wanting to move to Liverpool that he's going in and chopper Harrison everybody, which is great. I mean, that's what you want. This is Liverpool Football Club. How many times over the years have we just... you know, just gone about transfers meekly, if you will, and just gone for, oh, will you come to Liverpool, will you come to Liverpool? Nah, sort your head out, we want you, we're going to spend big money on you. How many bids have we had rejected? We don't know. Nobody even knows. Get on this. Who scored? Daily Mail and, Daily Express and Sunday Express and the Liverpool Echo have said that we've seen successive bids rejected by RB Leipzig, and we don't intend to up our bid to 66 million. That's a few newspapers there. Bascom, for the Independent, I think it is now saying we're going to wait until next season when we can buy him for 48 million quid. there's James Pearce from the Echo, who's normally golden on all this type of stuff, is saying we're considering a third bid. Sky Sports is saying we've had a third bid rejected. What this tells me is none of you know fucking shit, and you're journalists. You know what? This is what it means. Liverpool Football Club is on lockdown around this now. We've got Leipzig officials who've said 2 bids have been rejected. We've got Leipzig officials who are saying 3 bids have rejected. The journalists in England haven't got a fucking Scooby-Doo what is going on with this. All we really know is that Naby wants out because he's chopping down his teammates and saying it. So stay calm. Stay with the course. We might not get Naby Keita this season. We might get him next season, hopefully. Hopefully before then, of course. But isn't it great to see that no one has a fucking clue what Liverpool are doing? I mean, it might drive you mad. And if you lived your life on social media, you probably would be mad. But I think it's great. I think it's great that Naby Keita's chopping his teammates down because he wants to come to Liverpool. That's boss, if you ask me, anyway. So we're going to go into the comment section. Have I missed anything, Tom? No, I'll take that as a no. Let's go back then. Naby, says Elliot. Oh, Elliot Dickinson. Beast.
Go ahead, I've got one. Jamie Bennett, why don't they just put transfer requests in?
I think it's down to the fact that they'll lose their bonuses and stuff, won't they? I think there's a large fee of money that they would receive if the club decides to sell them or whatever. So I think I'm right in saying that's got a large thing to do with it. I mean, if I was Liverpool, I'd be meeting with Naby Keita and going, what's your bonus? 4 million, Sam, we'll give you the 4 million. It's not a problem. Definitely. It's absolutely not a problem, honestly.
Another one, Jacob Norris. I heard Barca wanted to offer 80 mil for Coutinho.
Yeah, I heard that it was 72 million. This is the thing, isn't it? It was supposed to be linked with Neymar to PSG. Now, I believe, I've not looked at this today, but the Neymar stuff broke last night that he was staying at Barcelona and not moving to PSG. Does anyone know any different to that from this morning? Robbie? No? Antoine, no. Tom, good to see that all the lads behind are following all the transfer news around football. To be honest, Tom probably didn't know the news until we started talking. We are literally his only source of Liverpool news. We work him that hard that he doesn't get time to look for himself anymore. He just waits for the news show and we'll tell him it all. But yeah, I believe that Neymar's staying at Barcelona, so I'd imagine that the Barcelona Coutinho stuff is maybe not going to happen. Klopp has already come out and said that I've had a conversation with Phil Coutinho. We had a chat with him, I think it was 4 hours before the Leicester game in the Asia Trophy. And you know what, we all saw that Phil Coutinho's head wasn't turned. Goal, assist, played out of his skin first half, arguably best player on the pitch. That's the type of man Phil Coutinho is, and apparently he wants to be at Liverpool. 25 years old, no need to sell him. And look, we're going through one of these hard-line stances with Leipzig. Liverpool have got to do exactly the same at Barcelona. Go ahead, Tom.
Seth Hydra says, who would you prioritise between Van Dijk and Keita?
I would prioritise Virgil van Dijk because I've, watched Liverpool and that. Can't defend, not very good at the defending thing. Let too many teams put the ball into that net thing that we're supposed to be protecting. It's a real problem for me, conceding goals. I think it's a massive problem for Liverpool. I think, defenders, goalkeepers, they're all to do one thing, stop the ball going in there. They all seem to don't mind. They don't give a shit if it goes into the back of the net. And I think, Virgil van Dijk does. I think Matip does and can be part of a great centre-back partnership. But ultimately, I think I've seen now for too long, Liverpool have conceded 50-plus goals in the Premier League every season. That needs to change if we want to go and challenge for titles. Naby Keita, I think, is one of those players that we could potentially look back on in 10 years and go, that was the signing that built Liverpool, that made them the force that we all know far down the line in the future. But right now, for me, it's about the centre-back and it's about sorting that defence out. Let's move on to another one, Tom.
Fucking Wasted says, Naby went in hard on the tackle because Dem made a terrible tackle.
Yeah, I think I said that. He was reacting to another challenge from 2 minutes prior, which is fine. But we all know that the real reason is he wants to come to Liverpool, and let's not pretend we don't. The Joker, I read rumours of putting a £74.5 million bid for Keita. Bullshit. Well, nobody really knows, and this is kind of what I was talking about before when I wasn't doing the breathing thing, is that Sky Sports are saying we've had a third bid rejected. Chris Baxcombe saying we're not going to up our bids. And James Pearce are saying that we're only about to make our third bid soon. So there's Sky Sports the Independent, I think Baskin works for now, and the Liverpool Echo. 3, you know, whatever you think of them, 3 well-known news outlets in the UK, all reporting different things. So I don't know exactly what's going on with this transfer. All I know is that Naby Keita wants to come to Liverpool because he just smashed somebody. And, of course, he liked the Firmino fan page and Firmino and somebody else on Instagram last night. And if that's not the sign of the times, come on, you know what I mean? I could understand if he follows Firmino and he followed somebody else. That's cool, I get that. But he followed Firmino fan page. That's going above and beyond, if you ask me. I'm going to try and get it up now. Tom, is it about here I have to show my phone?
Yeah, slightly to your left.
My left.
Perfect.
That's that way. Right, first of all, I need to get onto the right Instagram account. That's my personal one. Don't be. Right, and then what I have to do is find Naby Keita.
So while you're doing that, Kieran says, do you see a future for John Flanagan? I honestly don't know, because...
You think he's going to die?
I mean, well, possibly.
Are you going to kill him?
Does he have any health concerns? I don't know. I have no idea.
Should we just take Tom off the mic? Let us know in the comment section if you don't want Tom to be mic'd, because he's got things like this to say. No, Tom, I don't know, mate, is the honest answer. I don't think he'll have a very good Liverpool career. I think he could stick around the squad. Okay, so right here. That right?
Yeah, it's not focused.
Okay.
There we go. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So Naby Keita. These are the people he follows. That's someone called Il Sinkner. Roberto Firmino. Sound. Sadio Mane. Official. Sound. Firmino _fans_. Now, I mean, he must have a real deep, burning passion for Roberto Firmino if he's following the Firmino fan pages. Do you know what I mean? So that's all I'm going to say on that now. Let's get back over to it. What was the other thing I was going to do with my phone, Tom? I've completely forgotten.
Well, now I've got no idea.
You've got no idea either?
What you were going to do?
Yeah, I was going to do something. That's why we set that camera up. Robbie, what were we going to do?
Show them the MK Dons fan TV thing.
Was that it?
No.
No, that wasn't it. He's just trying to get me to show you the MK Dons fan TV thing. That's just what we were watching before, which actually, by the way, is absolutely hilarious. But no, Robbie, that's not what we were doing. I know what it was. It was the notification bell on YouTube. Right.
Nice.
People have been going on about us and keep saying that we keep missing the live streams and stuff. Here, Tom.
Down a touch. There you go.
Right. See that little bell there? If you press that bell, do it now. Right? You will get notified when we go live. What we're going to start doing is scheduling these shows. They're hopefully going to be at the same time roughly every day, instead of us just doing it when we've got time. And what you'll get is, if you are notified, you'll get one 10 minutes before to tell you that it's on. It's a silent notification. You'll then get one to say that we're live. So we're going to do this now. So everybody get on there. Notification gang. Jump in. Join the notification gang. Get on there. If you haven't already subscribed to us, subscribe to us as well, because then you won't miss any Liverpool news and stuff and random comment ramblings. Does that make sense? I'm going to go back into the chat because it looks like I've missed one from... Woo! Outer City Cop, £2. Thank you very much. Finally get my shout out. Yay. Virgil van Dijk will sign, in my opinion. I've got to admit, with the stuff about him not going on to that training camp in France now, I feel exactly the same way. And I've felt it all summer long as well, to be honest with you, Outer City Cop. But I think that, you know, he unfortunately had to make himself the bad guy, and Dejan Lovren did that. It's not an easy situation to put a player in, but it just shows that they want to be at Liverpool. And right now, I think the other piece of news that I've not spoken about is that Liverpool are going to be waiting for the green light on the Virgil van Dijk stuff from Southampton. Now, apparently, since we issued that public apology because of the tapping up stuff, we have said, look, we're not, you know, just to go back over the story, we said we weren't going to go in for Virgil van Dijk this summer. Liverpool apparently are waiting for Southampton to tell them that they can bid on him. And that could be a thing, because Southampton might be so pissed off with Liverpool that they don't encourage us to bid on him. But if Virgil stays strong and we can free Virgil van Dijk in any way, shape or form, I think Southampton are going to need to get in touch with Liverpool and say that yous are okay to bid on this guy. Also, I've heard, that, you know, with the Southampton thing, Liverpool have been in touch with them over the last month to try and repair those relationships, because their end game was always to be back in for Virgil van Dijk this summer. Whether that's true or not, I'm not 100% sure. Obviously, I can't give you my sources and stuff like that. But hopefully, Liverpool do sign Virgil van Dijk. And anyway, thank you very much for the super chat. Okay, there we go. That's probably about it. We've been live for a long time now. I need to breathe a little bit more normal, and I need to have a little drink as well. The Ugly Inside, the Southampton fan channel, says bridges burned. Yeah, Freddie, welcome to the live stream, mate. Is that really what you think? You don't think that Southampton will be selling to Liverpool this summer? I'd love to get your opinion on it. Actually, maybe we could do a little bit of a Skype video where we talk about it and see if, you know, even if the clubs can't get on, maybe the fan channels can, and maybe then, you know, if we show that we can work together, maybe we'll forge a new path for Liverpool and Southampton to get this transfer done. And if you believe that, you'll believe absolutely anything. Carlos David said, "Psst, we trade hashtag mates news on website, but keep it on the down low." Amazing, amazing. Brilliant. Okay, Daniel Stevens, who should we go for as centre-back if Virgil van Dijk deal falls through? We've got a video in the works. We'll be putting that out over the next few days with our top 5 targets. So keep your eyes on our social and on the YouTube for that. If you want to get those videos first, subscribe, obviously, to YouTube, the YouTube channel. And that's it, really. Thank you very much for watching. It's been an absolute pleasure. It feels like it's been about half an hour. Oh.
We missed the super chat.
No.
Tom Hobson. Woo. I was in Hong Kong. Cadius was shocking.
Yeah. Yeah, I tend to agree with that. I mean, Steele was the one who really put me on a downer with him. And I've got to admit, since I've seen that, I'm really struggling to get behind Luis Karius. I want to be able to support every Liverpool player, especially when they're at the club, but he just makes me nervous. He just makes me want to poo my pants, and that's never a good thing when you've got a goalkeeper there who's developing into the type of a player that you don't want to see at Liverpool. And, you know, that's not to say that he can't improve. Of course he can improve, and I want him to improve. I just don't want him to do it on Liverpool's books. I don't want him to do it where it costs us points. Can he just go somewhere else and learn his trade, please?
And I think we missed another one. CZ says, woo.
Woo!
Thank you. $2.
Nice one, lad.
That's it.
That's it. Arsenal FC have just come on and said, up the Gunners, which is cool. Thanks very much for watching. Appreciate that. Don't know why you're watching, but it's cool anyway. There you go then. Carson L221 ends the show with a big I love you. Craig Tebbs, how do you send the super chat? I believe there's supposed to be something that looks like an S, like kind of like a dollar sign in the right hand side of the chat box or something. I've never really looked into it. I don't know how to, I've never done one myself, but I believe that little S that looks like a dollar sign is how you do it. Anyway, that's it. Honestly, that's all I've got time for. I've got other stuff to do. Thank you all for very much for watching. It's been an absolute pleasure as always. Tom, thanks for miking up and making me look like a tit. Robbie, thanks for just being in the room and not answering any questions. And China 4's MK. Don's Fans TV into the show. And Antoine, thanks for the nod you gave me, or the shake of the head when I said about the Barcelona stuff. No, not me. Thanks very much. Cheers. Ta-ra.